Hello and welcome to loading new records from MySQL to Salesforce using data flow. In this video, we will show you how to load new records from a database table to Salesforce. The database table does not have any created date or updated date columns, so we use the auto-incremented primary key column to check if the record is new. To follow the tutorial, you need an active MySQL and Salesforce connections. We use the following table in the tutorial. Its primary key column, CustomerID, is auto-incremented. It means that for every new record, CustomerID is increased by 1. This allows us to determine the new records by remembering the max CustomerID value process before. You may find a table example and the links to other useful information in the description below. Let's start creating our data flow. To create it, go to New and select Data Flow. Click on the untitled to name it. Once it's done, move to Parameters. Data flow parameters can store values between data flow runs. Use a parameter to store the max primary key value in the table. Next time we run the data flow, it will query the records with a greater primary key value, so only new records created since the previous run will be processed. To create a parameter, go to Parameters and add one. Set its name, type, and initial value. Set value to 0 if you want to load all records during the first run, or set it to the current max primary key value if you don't. Once parameter is created, move to Components. Every data flow starts with a source component. When you drag it from the component list to the diagram, a Details pane opens. Select MySQL from the Connections list and set Action to Execute command. Type in the following SQL command. You may copy and paste it from the description to this video. As we cannot use our last max ID parameter in the query, we add a max ID SQL parameter instead that we will map to our last max ID. To map it, click Max ID under Parameters and choose Last Max ID from Variables. Let's add Value component to get the maximum value of Customer ID and update our Last Max ID parameter with this value every time we run our data flow. Drag value to the diagram and connect it with the source component. After that, set value to Customer ID. Set value type to max. Select last max ID as a variable. Choose to update variable on data flow completion checkbox. Now, let's complete our data flow. Drag target component to the diagram and connect it with the value component. Select Salesforce from the Connections list and set Action to Insert. For the Insert action, select the table to insert data and open Mapping Editor to map columns. On the left, we have an output schema that defines the structure of the data that we insert in Target. Click the Auto Mapping button to automatically map columns with the same names. Other parameters should be mapped manually. Only name parameter is required for mapping, as name cannot be null in Salesforce. To map the name parameter, select it in the output schema and click CompanyName on the right. Map other parameters in a similar way. Now we get a fully working data flow that you can run manually or on schedule. It inserts only new records from MySQL to Salesforce by tracking the already inserted records with the last max ID that is stored between data flow runs in a value component. Thank you for watching this data flow tutorial and stay tuned for more. Have a great day. Bye, guy.